Hey everyone. Hi.
Hi there. This fine morning.
Yes.
I think. Yes.
It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. Afternoon.
Hello. So today's topic is rude people, because we've all had moments where people have just been rude to you for no reason.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that today, because I just hate when that happens.
Either in school, on the streets, your own family, friends, etc.
Your pets. No, I'm just kidding. It happens all the time, everywhere you go. I'm going to go with the most recent one that happened to me. I didn't tell you this, but okay, so in my English class, we were like working on a paper, and so she kept talking about the lab and how we were like in the computer lab, and so I just automatically thought that meant, okay, I guess we're meeting here tomorrow, because I really wasn't paying attention. I zone out a lot sometimes. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. So then I go to the lab, and it's like connected to the library. I walk. And the first area that you're supposed to go into is like behind the library. And so I went in that, but it was locked. And I was like, well, so then I walked around to the library and went out and tried to go through the other door that's to the computer lab. And then this guy was like, where are you going? What are you doing? And I was like, oh, my class is supposed to be meeting in here. And he goes, oh. And he's like, well, you have to go around. And I was like, he's like, you have to go around. I was like, but it's locked. And he's like, well, okay. He goes, I'll unlock it. And so I'm like looking at him, and then he goes, okay, go around. And I'm like, I still have to go around even though you're unlocking it? Like, you clearly see me, right? And I'm just like, so I walk around, he unlocks it, and he goes, the reason why, and I'm like I care, but
go ahead with your
I'm like,
story.
go ahead. He's like
I care.
A girl used to steal library books and go out through that door because they didn't have like a security thing there.
Used to steal library books.
Steal library books. I'm like, what makes you think I want your
dedication to knowledge right there?
Library books. So I was just like, okay. And then he's like, are you sure your class is supposed to meet in here? And I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. And then he's just like, okay, well, nobody's even in here and this and that.
Well, go find them.
So he's like, well, I'm going to call your class or whatever. So he calls it, and they're all in there, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then he just starts being rude, and I'm like, excuse me, like, what the heck? So he goes and calls my class. He's like, yeah, exactly. And so he's like, oh, so I guess you made a mistake then. And I was just looking at him like I was just really silent, just staring at him. And then he was like, right? And I go, yep. And then the bell rang. The bell rang. Attitude. The bell rang for class to start. And he goes, well, I guess you're late. And I was like, well, may I have a pass, please? And he was like, okay. And then the teacher called back just to like check and make sure that was right or something.
It's like just the feeling where it's like, okay, I'm so irritated with you right now because you're being so rude to me, but because you must be older than me, I shouldn't disrespect you. I shouldn't disrespect you. So it's like, can I have a pass, please?
I was like, may I have a pass, please? Like, my smell's like just murderous. Okay.
Can I have a pass? Just give me a freaking pass.
It's like I wouldn't have, it's like I could understand if I did that every day. If I went in there and was like, I'm sure this was like this, and then it wasn't. This was my first time in there and messing up. This is the first time in my life that I've ever done that, I think. And so then the teacher called back to like confirm or whatever. And then he goes, oh yeah, she just made a mistake. Haha. Like, it's so funny. Like, it's the funniest thing he's ever heard in his life. So I take the pass, and I'm like, I don't even know. I'm not going back to the library because of him. He was being a straight butthole to me, and that was rude for no reason.
Exactly.
So that was one thing that happened to me, and that was terrible.
Goodness. Was he a security guard?
No, he's just a library guy. All he does is sit in the library. There's no reason for you to give me stank attitude, honestly.
That's the same thing that happened to me. Well, it was this rude kid, like, in my first period class, sign language, just, yeah. And then, so I'm just like, okay, if he's watching this, oh God. But, so we were in sign language, and The teacher, she has like a really bad attitude for some reason. She's new. I'm like, she's new, okay? But I don't know what's with her attitude or whatever, so I'm just like, all right. And everybody like deals with her because it's like, okay. And then she's so unorganized, which I hate. It's like she'll come back to us like the next day. Did I teach you guys this? Did you guys have this? No. Did you guys are you sure? No. Are you sure you've never seen? No. And it's like, okay. And then some days she's like, oh, well, oh, I forgot to teach you guys that one day. Or, oh my God, like a week later when we're done with the lesson, she's like, oh, you know, this is what I was supposed to give you like a week ago. Like a week ago.
About a week ago.
Like a week ago. Week ago. What? Okay.
Dance break. Okay.
Okay. Back to seriousness. Rude people, right? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then this guy, like, he's really like so like off track, like in our class. And then the teacher like wouldn't help him. So me, the nice person that I am, because he was looking for the paper, he's like, is this what we're looking for? And she's like, you tell me. I was like, oh, that was rude.
Yeah,
just
like
ew.
Oh.
Ew. Oh. Like me and my friends like look at each other, ew, like what was her attitude today? Anyway, and then so you like, I was sitting there and I was like, you know what, like I'll help him. So I go up to him and I was like, and I get my paper that we were supposed to have, and I'm like, this is what we're supposed to have, and he's like, okay. I was like, what? Excuse me, boy. I was like, and I really did that. I was like, oh, I just wanted to let you know that this is what we're supposed to have. You didn't have to be rude about it. I was like, I just, you seemed off track, and the teacher wouldn't help you. And he's like, okay, thanks for your help. Go. I was like,
yeah, I'd have been like, oh, okay. I just would have walked away. Like, okay. I am not talking to that guy anymore.
Exactly. So I was like, the good deed that I decided to do that day, and it's just like, okay, I hate that. And then when people say, there was this other girl the same day, and she sneezed, and I said, bless you. She didn't say thank you. She didn't say thank you.
How rude.
How rude is that?
Or when you sneeze and no one says bless you. Like, you're clearly like, achoo, and you're like, oh. And then no one says anything. It's like, okay, bless me, thank you.
I'm not trying to die today.
Exactly. It's so rude when people do that, I think.
It's like it's your guys' fault that I get Ebola today.
Exactly. Ebola. And now y'all going to have Ebola because I have Ebola because you didn't say bless you.
Yes.
Wow.
It's going to spread. And I'm going to be like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Serious. And then there's this other time, my friend, she got dress coded. So she had to go to the nurse to go change her shirt because she had an extra shirt because she knew she was going to get dress coded. I don't know why she wore it. But
people do that.
I know.
When people bring like extra shirts in their backpack, they're like, oh, I might get dress coded today.
Yeah.
But so I don't have to wear one of those dress code shirts they put it in big letters, dress code.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like.
It's a PE shirt and it's like.
For real. So she's like, oh, I'm just bringing another shirt. That I'm like, why'd you wear that shirt anyway?
Yeah. So anyways, so she goes and we went to the nurse's office or whatever, and I sat in the chair and she went to the bathroom to change her shirt, and then the nurse was like, what do you two girls need or something? And I was like, she got dress coded, so she's just changing her shirt and I'm just waiting for her. And she goes, oh, well, you need to wait outside, and she shouldn't have just walked in there without saying anything.
And I was like, this story.
I was like, okay. And I was like, well, this is our first time being dress coded. She didn't know. And then she just had a really heavy sigh. And I walked out of the door like, excuse me. like, calm down, lady.
So I had a paper, right? And my teacher, he's weird. He's a chemistry teacher. And I'm like, yeah. And then so he passes out papers, and it's like homework that he gives you every week or something, and he passes out every day, and he gives it to you, and he expects you, I guess he's trying to do the thing of you being organized, so he wants you to be organized, and he's just unorganized because he doesn't want to collect the papers every day. So he's like, every time I give you something, you do it, I'll stamp it, and then you keep it in your folder. And so I'm just like, okay, and he collects it like a month later, and he's like, he gives us a list of what he wants to be in the packet.
So
or
it's
whatever.
Like a notebook check type deal?
Yeah. Okay. I lost one of them, and I was like, because I showed it to him the day before, and I was like, I was like, oh, I lost it. I was like, but it was really long. It was like 3 pages of writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I lost it, but you know I had it. You know I had it. And he's like, I don't know that for sure. He's like, I want to trust you, but I can't. I'm like, I was like, what has happened to you in your life? I'm like, oh my God, when teachers like take things out on you like that.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't considered rude, but my goodness, man.
Yeah, honestly. So I'm glad we got that out because I am so like sick of people being rude.
Seriously.
So yeah, if you had any,
or when you like do things for people and they don't say thank you, it's like, you're welcome.
I know that is.
I'm
always...
like, I didn't have to do that, you know,
exactly.
man. Or just like you give people nice compliments and like, okay, or whatever. I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's like you say that to them, like you say like, oh, I like your backpack, and then they kind of look at you and they don't say anything, or
Right.
sometimes it can be confusing because they don't know if you're talking to them, but it's like clearly if I'm looking at you, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
So, you know. So come back on Thursday because we should have a Throwback Thursday game up for you that we play, and you're gonna love it.
Yep,
so
either
make
Thrillville,
sure you watch it.
Crash, any of those throwback games.
Yeah, any of those, you know, old Xbox
Yes.
games, because like Throwback Thursday. So.
Guys, like what else on a Thursday?
Honestly.
What are we supposed to do?
Honestly. So we will catch you guys next time. Don't be rude to people. That's the moral of the story. Don't be.
The circle
Bye.
of life, it all comes around. Okay, I guess we're ending. Bye.
Bye.